Hey there people, I'm your friend and neighborhood Let's Player SpiderMwa. Welcome you to Let's Play Blind Silkworm. I say blind because I have never tried the Commodore 64 version of the game, so here I am just to try it out and see how well I do. At least I don't think I've ever tried it. Maybe I have tried it, but I have forgotten if I have ever tried it. But here we go. Helicopter it is. Oh, the graphics actually look very nice.
Okay, the graphics are fucking shit, because that's what I always say. Graphics are never important and all that. Everybody knows that. Even the game was like, yeah, you never say anything good about graphics in games anyway.
Well, I can say one thing. It's as hard as it has always been. But it's just like the version on the Amiga, or the arcade game itself. Of course, it's got those glorious Commodore 64 sound effects. And things are a lot... I think the enemies are a bit harder to kill. At least it feels like it. Because they take multiple hits to be destroyed, but that's it, that's regular, isn't it? Oh man, I don't want to sneeze right now. This is not a very good moment for sneezing. Ooh, stop it. Stop it, news. At least with this enemy, you don't need to shoot it in the body to destroy it. Yep. Don't you be throwing those big bowling balls at me. Oop! Okay, they got destroyed. I didn't get my invincibility shield. Yay! I actually made through one round. Woohoo! Even though I'm sure this is going to be the end for me. Yeah, game over. No, I knew it. I knew it! I knew I wouldn't do well. But it's still fun to try, to see how far I can go. Maybe I should turn on unlimited lives or something, just to get a little bit further than the first wave or round. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's go. I got unlimited lives, and also... apparently I also have invincibility on. Because I kept flashing there for a long while, which you normally don't do. At least I'm getting more shields this time. I should have taken the Jeep just for variety's sake, because I usually always take the helicopter in one-player mode. That's what I've done with all the Silkworms that I've played so far. Always have this. The chopper. Yeah. Freaking leaping frog and things. Yeah, apparently I have invincibility as well on. And I thought I would just have unlimited lives, but apparently that's how the trainer goes. And, yeah. Can't really complain. At least I will get a lot further than before. I just hope that this is going to be entertaining to watch. I mean, people usually don't like it when you put in at least invincibility on. Unlimited lives, I do accept that watching somebody play a game. I do accept if they have unlimited lives or such. That I can accept, but having invincibility on all the time... yeah, if you don't die at all... that can be kind of boring to watch, but since it's turned on, I have no other option here. So, we'll just have to go with that, and maybe I'll be able to play the game through. I'll just play as long as I want and then call it quits. If I don't make it to the end of the game, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At least I'm having fun. I mean, it's Silkworm. It's a game where you just have a lot of fun. And apparently I get points just shooting at those pieces coming together. I wonder what kind of a... Ooh, now I got super speedy bullets. That kind of an upgrade. Whoa. I like it. A lot. Now I can just have fun and destroy things as they come along. Whee! Now this is how I like 2D scrollers. As already many people know, I detest usually 2D scrollers. Because I am not good at 2D scrollers. And that gives me something else. Points, I guess. Oh, I know you. You get destroyed. Although, even though I have invincibility on, I still play like anything can kill me. That's how I always play games, even with invincibility on. I know I cannot die, but I still play like I can die. It's just integrated into my mind. To play it like it for real, even if you don't. Such. I think you get my meaning. Apparently the boss is also appearing here soon. It's right there. Yay! That was round 2. Now wave 3. Then it's a level 4. Use all the descriptions for the next level, stage, whatever. So we started at the stage 1, then we get to round 2, now we're at wave 3, and next we're gonna be at level 4. That's how it goes, man. Yay. Even though I don't need it, but still. Now these would kill the Jeep so easily. Those things. Then again, they would kill the helicopter easily too. I mean, they just pretty much spawn right on top of me. I'm sure I'm fully upgraded, so anything else you give me will be just points from now on. Or just rank, get more points, I guess. Not really sure about how the upgrades work in the game. I know that the first upgrades that the two upgrades that you get are for your weapon, but the rest are just you know, points. And also shooting those, the sparkles that come from those things. If you just keep on shooting them, they will explode. It works the same way as if you have already one on, and then you take another, they explode. But just keep on shooting them and boom. Boom shakalaka happens. They really don't have much variety to the stage bosses. I mean, every now and then you get the this guy that will give you the upgrades, and then you just get the stage boss. This is like in every level the mini boss. Happens every now and then. You have no idea when it happens. I think it only happens once you have killed enough enemies. I think. I'm not too sure when that thing appears. I don't have to say, this Commodore 64 version, very fluent. Works really well. I'm liking it. That's why I'm still playing it. I haven't stopped the video at all. Typical simplistic Commodore 64 sound effects. No music, just like with any other Silkworm. And, yeah. I can see it's pretty much the same game as before. Like it's on the Amiga. Not much variation. I guess I could say that there are less enemies on the screen than on the other versions. The original arcade or Amiga. So yeah, I guess that's the only difference there. Otherwise, same old Silkworm. Which is a great game. It's a fun game. Really tough, challenging, fun game. It almost feels like I'm already stopping the video here. Give me my review of the game. Come on, blow up already. Well, next up is Wave 5, and I think it's Wave 6 that is the point of no return, as they call it. It's where if you get anywhere you get killed, you return back to the beginning of the wave. I don't even remember how many waves are in total in the game. I do remember that I might have once played the game through on the Amiga. And the ending is nothing to write home about, really. It's one of those that you just play the game through and it's just, congratulations, you played a great game. And don't worry, be happy, kind of a message at the end. I still have to say, the best ending message to any game is in Ghostbusters on the NES. I've never played that game, but I've seen the end text to the game. Congratulations. And all that. I'm sure many of you know. If not, look it up. It's hilarious. It's full of English. Just like the ending to Ghosts and Goblins on the NES. It's the same thing. Just a horrible, horrible grammar. Pure rape of the English language. With some games, that's all you get. Just horrible English at the end, or just no satisfaction, just text. Pretty much just text. That's what you get at the ending of a game. It happens with the Ikari Warriors as well. You just get a text ending. Cabal had that, I think. Then there's a lot of games that just have text at the end. Saying just, thank you for playing the game, or congratulations, you played the game through, and all that. Greatest satisfaction any gamer needs is just a thank you note at the end. Right? I mean, we weren't playing the game for story or anything. Well, with some games that actually is a good point. Especially when it's an arcade game. You really are not playing the game for the story, or playing the game for the game itself. The gameplay and everything else. So you don't need a story with it. Just like Ghosts and Goblins, Ghostbusters and all that. They're very arcadey games, so you don't really need a... Well, Ghostbusters does have a kind of a story in it, because it's based on the movie. So, would it be nice if they actually had the same ending as the movie had, but nope. Instead, it's just really bad text at the end. Also, when you lose, the text is totally wrong in the Ghostbuster games. In each version of the Ghostbusters, no matter what console or computer you play it on, the old school Ghostbusters that I'm talking about, it's just when you lose the game, they just talk about all the wrong things that happened in the movie. I mean, they get the Gozer's name wrong. They write it Gorza, and also they call the building that you need to go to stop Gorza is Zool, which it is not. It's always funny to see these kind of things in the old games where people who get the license for making a video game based on a movie, they just never watch the movie themselves. They just go by hearsay and get things wrong, or something like that. I don't really know the full story of why Ghostbusters is so full of misinformation compared to the movie. But then again, it just makes it more funny. Makes it funnier to see the whole game just misinterpreting all the info from the movies. Or movie, I should say. Of course, there are games of the second movie. And there's a lot of people in the world that actually don't like Ghostbusters 2. I personally like Ghostbusters 2. How did this Silkworm game come into a discussion of me just talking about Ghostbusters? Well, let's get back to Silkworm. I don't really have anything to say about Silkworm. Let's go back to Ghostbusters 2. I like Ghostbusters 2. I think it's a good movie. It doesn't have all the same kind of... Some of the things fail in it, but not too badly. I mean, it's still a strong movie, and it's got great humor in it. Just like the first movie has great movie in it, but... I guess it's just people don't like it because it's pretty similar to the first movie in some aspects. And it's understandable that it is, but it is based like... the premise of the whole thing is that it's based 5 years after the first movie. And Ghostbusters are just not needed anymore. Their whole careers have gone to shit, pretty much. And all that. And they just have to... and a new threat comes along, and who do they call? Ghostbusters, of course. And yeah, in that aspect, when they do the montage and everything in the middle, it's just the same thing as in the first movie. Although they show off that they have come up with all kinds of different new gadgets that they use. And the only new gadget that they actually do use in the movie is the slime launcher thingy. The mood slime that they throw around. Which is a pretty cool idea when you think about it. It's a pretty cool idea, but they don't really utilize it that much. I mean, they just throw the slime on just a few people and on all over the Statue of Liberty, just to make the Statue of Liberty alive. Yeah. That's one of the things in the movie that was kind of a weird thing, that they could use that slime to make some inanimate objects alive. But then again, they did test it, and that's how the slime works, that it attaches to objects and it makes them alive. Kinda possesses them. Especially if it's the regular pink slime that they encounter in the movie. That Vigo uses as a weapon. To try to kidnap a baby, so he can come back to life. Oh yeah. So that's enough of Ghostbusters then. I can't think of anything else to say. Gotta think of a new topic to talk about. Let's rewind. What was I talking about? Bad text at the end of games. Now there is actually one game that I still haven't played, but I will eventually play on the Amiga. I haven't made videos about, or live streamed it. A game called Leander, or Leander. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. I usually have pronounced it Leander back in the day, but then again I didn't really realize. Well, still today I don't know how to properly pronounce the game, but I think it's Leander. Leander. It's a platforming game, and it's a really cool game. A very pretty looking game, but also a very harsh game. It's a pretty, well, not harsh, but hard. And quite simplistic when it comes to gameplay. You just walk around, kill enemies with your all kinds of swords and daggers and such. Just a typical platforming game. Only 3 levels in the game, but the levels are very long. So even just getting through World 1 would take you like 30 minutes or so. So that makes it a pretty longish game. Not really. It only got 3 worlds, and if it's 30 minutes per each, it's just an hour and a half of a game. But later on, especially with World 3, it gets really difficult because it has lots of puzzles, and you have to go into certain areas to find certain items so you can move on to the next level. or the next world, and then in the end to defeat the ultimate evil thing, whatever it is. So, in that game, the ending of that game is just stupid. It is just, it's one of those, again, that, hey, hooray, you have defeated the evil guy. But then it goes, tells about how leader has saved his girlfriend or something, and then the story I'm not gonna tell it fully here, but the whole story that it puts up about how you defeated the evil guy and gonna live your life in peace. The whole story there is just the most ridiculous text you have ever read. Because you could easily tell that the game developers really didn't think that anybody was ever going to play the game through, because they made it in some parts, they made it so difficult that you constantly just die. So it's pretty impossible to play through, even. So they just made the whole ending story as a joke. You can easily tell that it's just a joke. And there was no real story into the game, although it starts with a very serious-like story. Or at least it seems like it's going to be a very serious game and with a serious story. But it ends up with a freaking stupid joke. The game itself is pretty good. I used to play it quite a bit back in the day. Although I'm not very good at it because it's a platforming game, another genre that I am very rusty these days. How many levels are in this game anyway? I'm at wave 11 and still no ending. I've got a feeling that I'm getting closer to the ending, because now we are like in an industrial area. And that means there's an ending. Somewhere around here there is an end boss. I'm not even sure if I've ever played this game on the Amiga. Because it feels like on the Amiga there was like only 10 levels or so. Did they add levels to this Commodore 64 version? Because it feels like they did. Even the original arcade, well, the original arcade version I couldn't get far, like only to level 7. And then I just kept dying and had to restart all over at the beginning of level 6, which was ridiculous. So I don't know. This could go on forever. But I'm kind of curious to find out. So maybe I'll just keep on playing and see how far this goes. How deep the rabbit hole is. Never know. That's quite a lot of bonus points, suddenly. I'm sorry I didn't talk there. I was thinking that I would be just skipping to the end, but apparently I might be at the end already. Yep, that was the end. Just another giant chopper. Not much of an ending. Well, there you go. I played it through, yeah. I really didn't think it would be that kind of an ending. Okay, just stops. Well, I just better accept what I get. But thank you anyway for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And remember, yet again, if you're going to war, grab a helicopter. Although a jeep, you never know. But if you want to play a game through, be very tenacious. Just keep on going if you can. Especially when you have unlimited lives and invisibility. Invincibility, not invisibility. Take care, people. Bye.